I'm here with a MyMini Noodle cooker and skillet. Let's check it out. Counter cooking. No kitchen, no problem. I was in Walmart the other day, and every time I go there, I like to look at their mini appliances. Now, where I live, which is right outside of New York City, it's not very convenient to get to a Walmart, so I don't shop there often. I know the rest of the country shops at Walmart a lot, but I might get to Walmart just once every few months. It's just not convenient for me to shop at one. And when I do go to one of the Walmarts around here, they're always so ridiculously busy and crowded. It's just not even a pleasant experience. But what I like to do when I go there is to look at their appliances and their mini appliances. And I saw this and I was like, this looks really interesting. I've actually seen this online a few times. I believe I had a few people actually recommend this to me, but I really couldn't justify purchasing it at the time. But when I saw it in the store and I was actually looking at the box, it has some really nice features. It says it's a 5-inch skillet, which should make this a little bit larger than the Dash Mini Griddle. So I'm curious to see whether my mini stainless steel pots and pans will actually work in this, because I can't use them in the Dash Mini Griddle. I could use some of them in the Dash Egg Bite Maker, but they're a little bit too big for the Dash appliances, so I'm curious to see if they'll fit in this one. I also like the fact that it's only 260 watts, which means you can use this with a solar generator, for example, or a portable power bank. It's only 260 watts, so you could even use this with a low watt portable power bank, like something that's only 300 watts. Those are some of the features that made it look interesting. Here on the side, it says rice cooker, steamer, skillet, and griddle all in one. That's a lot. I don't know how well it does all of that. 260 watts, quickly heats cooking surfaces for even and consistent cooking. Compact size is great for dorm rooms, small kitchens, campers, and more. Perfect 5-inch cooking plate and bowl for portion control and meal prepping. All right, so let's open this up and see what's inside. Let's see what we have here. It says, welcome to the nostalgia party. Get more, scan, and register. Thank you. Join our email list and get a bonus 5% discount. Here is the instruction booklet, and here is the mini appliance. This is just so cute. It's absolutely adorable. So we have like this mini skillet thing that comes off. It also has a glass lid. And then over here, I guess you can use this as like a little griddle. Let's see if my mini pans will fit. It barely fits. Like it fits, but it's not touching the bottom. It's not touching the bottom surface. Yeah, so this one doesn't really fit. So that's a disappointment. This one fits, so that is awesome, because what that means is if I want to heat something up really quickly, some soup, some broth, maybe a can of beans, just something really small and quick, I could use this for that purpose. And I'm not cooking on a nonstick surface. I'm cooking in a little stainless steel pot. And what about this one? No, this one's too big also. This one does not fit. Okay, how about this one? But that one fits. So I have two mini pots that fit. But check that out. The glass lid that comes with this MyMini, it fits on here. It's like a perfect fit on this one. Wow, so that's great. This is great. Although if you look at the bottom of this pot, it's not exactly flat. Like it has like a rim around the edge. So it's not actually going to be like even heating or anything like that. Here's the one that comes with it. You can see it's flat on the bottom. I just plugged it in and I have about 1.5 cups of water in this pan. So I put the lid on and let's see how long it takes to bring the water up to a boil. Hopefully it will bring it up to a boil. I'm kind of estimating that it'll take about 20 minutes, but maybe I'll be wrong. Another issue with this appliance is that the power cord's only about 2 feet long. I mean, that's good because it's nice and compact if you're gonna use this for traveling. It just can make it a little bit challenging to plug it in if you're like cooking somewhere. Like I have to like really move this over and kind of stretch the cord to reach the outlet. I wish the cord was just a little bit longer. But anyway, let's see how quickly this water can come up to a boil. It is 15 minutes. And what do we have going on here? The water's boiling, so it only takes 15 minutes to boil water in this MyMini noodle cooker, skillet, whatever we're gonna call it. And what can I boil in the water? Let's boil up some beets. I have these little beets from my farm share. I get a box of fresh fruits and vegetables every week, and I need to use these up. So let's see what happens if we try to boil them. Now, I've never boiled beets without first peeling them, but I've heard that if you don't peel them, the peels come off really easy after they're cooked, and it helps the beets to also retain more nutrition. So I'm gonna put these back on here, and I'm gonna set like a 20-minute timer. And let's come back after 20 minutes and see how they're doing. It has been 40 minutes now. Let's see if these beets are finally soft. So I checked them after 20 minutes and they were still hard. So maybe they're soft now? All right, I think I could get a... Well, you know what? They're still not done though. They're still like not soft enough. So these might take a full hour. Yeah, this one's like really hard. I'm gonna cook these for another 20 minutes, which will bring this up to a full hour, but at least we know that this setup actually works by putting like the stainless steel pot in here. Actually, the handle's not even hot. I could pick it up with this. It's just a little bit warm. Yeah, this part, the bottom part, this is hot. Do not touch that. And of course the lid's hot. So I'm gonna cook this for another 20 minutes. It's been another 20 minutes. So it's been a full hour. Okay, these are much softer. I am going to say these are done. Yeah. Very good. So there's no on-off switch on this appliance, so I'm just going to unplug it. Here are the beets. I drain them and dump them onto a plate. So how easy are these skins going to come off? Like, can I just... Oh yeah, look at this. I thought I was going to just be able to squeeze them out, like you can kind of squeeze an avocado out of the skin, but I guess not. But it does peel off pretty easy. These need to be cooler though, like these are still like super hot. Let's try this one. All right, that came right off. Maybe they have to cool down a little bit. Maybe they're too hot to try to peel. I just held this one under running water and it peeled really easily. And the beets are definitely cooling down. And look, yeah, you don't even need to hold them under running water. But it's just that they're so hot that it helps cool them off. All right, so this was a success. I'm really happy. So now I learned that I don't have to peel my beets before I cook them. And they are definitely easier to peel when you do it this way. And I also learned that this little mini appliance works great with my little stainless steel pot. And it takes 15 minutes to boil water in this appliance. But if I want to cook these beets, it's going to take me like an hour, which is quite a long time. I just made some pickled beets. So I sliced up the beets and I added some apple cider vinegar and some white onion. Gonna put this in the refrigerator to chill, and I'll enjoy these later. One other thing that I'd like to mention with regards to this MyMini skillet and noodle cooker is that this skillet is basically the same size as this skillet. It might look a little bit different on the video just because this one's up higher, but it's pretty much exactly the same as the skillet that is included in Nostalgia's MyMini sandwich and soup maker. So with this appliance, you have the same skillet, and this does come with a pot to go on top of the skillet. But this pot does not have a lid. It's just like a soup pot. And then over here, this has a sandwich maker, which to me, this is kind of like a waste of space. I just think this should have just been almost like another skillet area, just like a flat griddle area, because, you know, you could still toast a sandwich and something like that. So I just wanted to point that out And this Nostalgia sandwich and soup maker uses more than 1,000 watts, whereas this MyMini skillet and noodle cooker only uses 260 watts. And obviously this is a lot more compact. So if I was traveling or using this in like an office or something like that, you know, this is a lot lighter and smaller to carry versus something like this, which is much bigger and heavier, especially if I'm only going to be using like this one part of it. I just find that this half of it does not get used nearly as much as this half does. So I just wanted to point that out. But anyway, I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos with this mini appliance. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.